Rushden and Diamonds, and to non-league football, well, it's just breathtaking, really, isn't it? One day this team will be a league side. I've absolutely no doubts about that.
Hi guys, how are you? And welcome to another episode of the Low League Journey with me, John, aka Old Man Suda, back again with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Things have been going pretty well. Before I get into all that, and I'll talk about how we've been going and everything like that, I want to say, sorry there was no videos last week, sorry I didn't put any video out explaining or anything like that. I, in the end, just decided to have a week off. I was feeling a little bit burnt out. I had a lot going on with my brother-in-law's wedding and a few other bits and bobs at work and that sort of stuff. So I decided to take a week out, recharge my batteries a little bit. But I'm back now. Videos are going to commence, as always, on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. I'm hoping even to look into doing either a completely different series of a different game as well at some point. Not sure about that at the moment. I've got to try to work out my timings because, as I've said, I think I've said it before, and you can ask any YouTuber, you know, apart from the guys who do it full time, it's really hard to find time sometimes to do this. When you're working all day, trying to spend time with the family and that, because a 20-30 minute episode on here takes me about 2.5 hours. So that's most of my night once I've, you know, had dinner and spent time with the wife and I've done everything else, and then I might want to play another game or a different type of game and that sort of stuff. So hopefully there'll be another series of a completely different game, another passion of mine, which is JRPGs. I'm going to try and do some Final Fantasy, basically. Not sure which Final Fantasy I'm going to do yet, but I'm hoping to start bringing one of them out as well eventually. But I want to apologise that I didn't really give anyone notice. I did put it out on Twitter, but I know I didn't put anything on YouTube. So thank you for if you subscribed while I had that week off, or thank you for staying around even though I had a week off. It does mean a lot to me, and it gives me the buzz and the energy to come back anyway, and you know, to carry on doing this for you. So again, a massive thank you. I really can't say thank you enough, but we'll get on to it straight away. And things have been going okay for us. They went all right since the last episode. I mean, actually, if you're watching this in the future, you wouldn't even know I've had a week off, will you? So I don't know. Maybe I went too far explaining that. But obviously, the last game was a Kidderminster one, and as you can see, we've had a lot of. It feels like we've had a lot of games. We drew 1-1 against Kidderminster. Not a bad result. Kidderminster, not a bad side. A well-known sort of non-league conference-y, north south, whatever, around this area. They're quite a well-known side around this sort of area of the league. And a 1-1 draw against them wasn't too bad. We then played Woking, really tough game. Woking, they're actually in the league above us as well, and this was in the FA Trophy, which is a bit like the Carabao Cup, but the non-league version, for you guys who don't know. But yeah, you can see that we drew 1-1 with them away from home, and then we beat them 2-1, and it was such a close game. If I get to show you the stats, I mean, they were by far the better team in this one. As you can see, we literally pulled it back in the last minute of normal time. But we managed to get it back. We got it back into playing them at home. And as you can see here, again, we won it. It was a tough game for us. As you'd expect, going up against a team a league above us, it was a really tough one. But we managed to pull out the win somehow. And I think the more was that we were just clinical. I think as well, the fitness helped a bit. You know, I've got a decent squad where I can rotate players. So as you can see here, most of our players, a couple of them are in the 60s, but most of ours are in the 70s or around that sort of area. You look at their side, a couple of them are in the 70s, but most are in the 60s. So I think that fitness really helped. And I think that goes to show is that when it came to the sort of end of the game, you know, the last 20 minutes or whatever, we managed to get 2 goals because we were a bit fitter. We had a bit more legs about us, and we managed to get the win. We then played Tamworth, beaten 1-0. Really good result for us, as you can see. Probably being a bit tired from the last game or whatever, but again, the fitness sort of came through overall for us. But we were a bit tired, so it was a really tough game for us. And they sort of battered us a little bit, and we were very lucky to pick up the win. We then played Darlington. This was a really tough game, and I mean tough game. And as you can see, we went 1-0 up with a penalty. Sheriff scored it, but they just started putting on the pressure, and we'd had a lot of games, and we were getting tired legs, and we haven't been playing fantastic. We've been playing well enough to win games or draw them mainly, but we haven't been playing fantastic. When you come up against a good side like Darlington, we did really well to sort of get the draw. Really, I was really happy with that result. We then played Southport, and I was a bit annoyed here. We really should have done better, and I want to say it was all to do with the fact that we've had a lot of games lately and that sort of stuff, and probably had a bit, but Southport were just a better team, really. There's not much else I can say about it. You can see it from the stats. They had 10 shots and 8 of them were on target. They deserved to win the game, and to be honest, we just didn't turn up. And you can see that sort of there. I mean, we're such a mixed bag, as you can see. We have a little good spell, and we have a bad spell, and we have a good spell, a bad spell. And we had this really good start. Then it's been sort of really mixed. We had another little good run, and I'm hoping we can obviously carry on starting to get a bit more green back on there, with especially against Hednesford today. We've got Kidderminster in the FA Trophy third round, so if we can get to the fourth round of that, that will be amazing. Kidderminster's going to be a tough game, obviously, but we are at home, and if we can get maybe that result, then I could see a really good little run going there. And this is a competition we could even win, to be honest, if we really did it. I mean, Kidderminster at home, we lost 1-0, and we drew away 1-1 with them, so it's going to be a tough game. But if we can get through that, have another 1 or 2 easier games, maybe we might even get to the final. You never know. And it always helps with the money, because the money's not too bad on the FA Trophy. It's not as good as the FA Cup, but it's not too bad. Right. Where's that put us in the league, though? And we are sort of about where we've always been. Sort of this 6th, 7th, 8th spot, we've been around quite a bit. And as you can see, even down to about the likes of 11th, it's such a close, sort of, close field. One win or a loss here and there, and you could see yourself dropping down 4 or 5 spots quite easily. But even up to sort of maybe up to 4th, I would say. You'd have to say Stockport and Halifax are starting to run away with it a little bit. Darlington are trying to keep up with them. But Harrogate, Nuneaton, us, Brackley, Southport, Macclesfield, Tamworth, and Kidderminster, and yeah, I'd say up down to there. We're all probably safe from relegation. We probably don't have to worry about relegation, but we're all fighting for these playoff spots at the moment. So it's great. Something we're definitely keeping an eye out, and I'm looking to bring 1 or 2 more players in. And talking of players coming in, we've also had a player left, and I don't know if it will show you it on here. If we go to transfer history, it does. Ashley Walker has just gone. He has gone to Shoreham. He wasn't playing for us. He wasn't particularly good enough. He's getting on a bit. 32 years old. You can see by his stats. His stats aren't particularly good enough for us anymore. He was a great service for us when we got him for his first sort of season, 2 seasons, while we're in the lower leagues than we are now. But he's just not good enough for us anymore, unfortunately. So again, it's another one of those players that I had to get rid of. Played 52 for us, scored 2 goals. Overall, you can't really complain too much. Had a great first season for us, as you can see there. 6.92, not bad at all. Played 40 games. Didn't particularly play too much last season as we improved the squad, but was a good backup player for us. And he just didn't. He hasn't played really since then. So overall, yeah, he was a good player, but he just isn't quite good enough for us at the moment. As you see, some Ramsgate are looking at Blaze Punter. We're all looking at this guy here, Kieran Dawes, seeing about him. He's coming out. I'm trying to get him on trial. I don't know if he's going to be good. He's got great heading. His marking might be good. It's really hard to say. So I'm going to try and get him in on a trial and see. He's a young lad. He could be a good player. We'll wait and see on him if he decides to come to us. And I think that's pretty much everything. Finances, we're still losing a little money, but we're sort of keeping ourselves in a reasonable spot at the moment. Obviously, we want to try our very best to not lose as much money as possible, and obviously things like the FA Trophy do really help, and hopefully it will help when we if we can finish decent in the league. But I think we're doing well, and we're just, because we're improving the club overall, we will lose money to start off with, but I think we're not in a position where we're going to go bankrupt or anything like that. I think we're in a position where we're having to spend a little bit of money now, but in a season or 2 we will look really strong. So overall, I am really happy with how things are going. It does concern me a little bit, but what can I do about it? Dynamics are looking pretty good. As you can see, dressing room atmosphere's gone down a little bit. There's one player unhappy. Dan Pearson wants a bit more first team, but that's fair enough. I do want to try and bring him in a little bit more. I'm looking to change our formation as well when we've got when we get the chance to. That's why I'm looking at 1 or 2 other players to bring in. I want a defensive midfielder is another player I'm looking at trying to bring in at the moment, because I think that will help us a lot. But overall, dynamics aren't looking too bad. Dressing room atmosphere needs to maybe go up a bit, but I think that's more to do with the fact that we just need to try and win a few games, get a good run together. hand that to the assistant before I forget, and we'll get straight into it, as we have got Hednesford today, who are in 17th, so you'd expect us to have a good chance of beating them and maybe put on a bit of a good run, as we see what the tactics is exactly how we want it. Yeah, everything's exactly how we want it anyway, so we just need to keep clicking and go through to the game. I probably started recording this a fraction too early, but it shouldn't take too long, as we'll be there as we get to the match preview right now. And it should go quite well for us, hopefully. Everyone's looking pretty fit. Everyone's looking like they could do well. Tempest might need to be come off, actually. I'm going to change Tempest and Hoban around, I think. And is that all we're going to do? James is looking a bit tired. Curtis Strong. Actually, some of my players are looking more tired than I thought. So we'll bring Williams on there. And we'll bring on Ward there. We'll just try and change around, get a bit of fresh legs. Jack O'Brien can also come on there. It doesn't look like a strong squad now, but it will be. It will be, I promise you. They'll do a decent job. And I think that's where we'll leave it. We can make a few changes if and when we need to. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so we'll get through straight into the game and see how we get on, guys. Hopefully, like I said, a win here will do us great. Keep pressure on. Hopefully, we can start building a little gap maybe around some of the teams around us as well, which would be a fantastic thing for us to do, really. He doesn't feel confident, so we'll quickly just do my usual. I know it gets boring watching it every time, every video, guys, but I need to do it, so I do apologise. As we'll go weaker foot, all of them, and we'll close down the midfield. I like to close down the midfield because I feel like if we're closing them down, they make mistakes, because none of them are the greatest passers. So, and neither are we, to be honest, but it's all good. Passionate, what can I say? I know we're the underdogs, but give these fans a performance to cheer for. It's done nothing for us. Absolutely nothing. Right, defence, passionately talk to them. Let's see if we can get a bit of morale going here. But I still think we're in a good position. Whatever happens this season, I think, whether we finish in the playoffs or not, we've done a fantastic season and we're in a position to really build on the squad, which is the main thing. This is what the season was about. If we got promotion or got a chance for a promotion, it would just be an added bonus. The Sheriff comes in now and puts in a deep, I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, to be honest, but it didn't go anywhere and it's a goal kick. As they come forward, but James collects it brilliantly and knocks it back to Thomas, who boots it forward as Knight picks it up. And is he going to get a pass out here somewhere? He does to Pierce. Pierce now gets it to Knight. Knight to Sheriff. Sheriff with the ball, and he tries to get it out to Knight somehow, and Knight just clips the bar. That was so close. We'll change this because I don't know why we've got two there. We'll go to league table so we can see that. 10 minutes gone though, and we've been so close already. We clipped the bar. They've got a couple of players who are looking pretty tired. As they've got a corner though, as they get a free header, and they really should have done better than that. As 20 minutes has gone, and not much else has really happened at the moment. We're waiting for the next highlight to show. But we've got a free kick. McWilliams puts it in and he tries to find something, but he can't, and Baker's going to collect it, and now they are going to come blasting forward, and they're trying to overrun us on that left hand side. Baker's got it now. He gets a shot and he hits the bar, and oh my god, what a save by the keeper. Oh my god, was that a save? That was a head of a save. Oh god, I'm shocked at it. Pierce now gets it to Young, who gets it to Knight. Knight gets a chance, and a great save by their keeper. I just can't believe that's... Well, actually, pause that. I want to go back if I can. So, was it here? Was it around here? Let me see if I can find it. Play. They've got a free kick. I think I've gone past it maybe. Ward knocks it out. I need to find it. Where would it have been? It was here, weren't it? So, was it here? No. Have I gone miles past it? Was it around here somewhere? Sorry guys, I want to find it. I want to check that out again. It wasn't here, was it? Where were you? Has it gone too many minutes past it? I think it has. So this was where we almost scored, wasn't it? Where were you? I will find it. That was a free kick for us. Oh, I can't find it. I do apologise. We've got a corner anyway. I was looking for it, but I can't find it. I don't know whereabouts it was. But they get the ball and they might try and break it. Costa now to Harper, who gets it out to Shaban, but we didn't get it. O'Brien's got it. He tries to put it forward, but he can't. And now Herbert's got it, and he's going to put a long ball in, and it's the end of the highlight. And sorry for that little mess around. I was trying to look at it because it looked like an excellent save there, and I don't know how I could find it. I'd maybe have to go into the actual report or something like that and try and find where it was, because I know there was a free kick, weren't there? In fact, no, we won't worry about it now. I might do it at the end of the game. Right, what can we say? I'm happy with performance so far. Keep it up. That's gone down well. Hopefully we can get a little bit of luck now and we can maybe score a goal. I feel like we deserved a goal, but we just haven't managed to get anything just yet. As they have a corner, they put it in, another free header. That Costa got a free header again. And they are all over us at the moment. They are not scoring, which is the main thing. Knight now's got the ball, gives it to James. James brings it forward and gives it to Pearce. Pearce now with the ball. And what's he going to do with it? He knocks it back to O'Brien, who gives it to Young, to Pearce. To James now. James gets in a long ball, tries to find someone. I'm not sure who he was trying to find. And now they come forward. And this is looking dangerous. And we've got to be careful as they come forward. And Shaban's got it now. And it's a great save again by Thomas. And I'm not happy with how things are going at the moment. We've got a corner though. As they put the corner in, but we header it away. And it goes out for a throw in. And as soon as I get... Right, pause that. I'm not happy with how certain players are playing at the moment. We're not seeming... we're not doing badly. James is looking a bit tired, so we might need to work. I'm going to just pause it there. I'm going to change tactics wise. I feel like they are just getting a little bit much of us at the moment. So we're going to try and hit early crosses and clear it to the flanks. We're going to just try and play a bit wider. See if that will do anything for us at the moment. You never know. What are we playing on standard as well? Right. They have been all over us at the moment. 60 minutes gone. We're going to probably have to make 1 or 2 changes soon, as people are getting tired. But maybe we can get something here. As Sheriff's got the ball now. What's he going to do with it? He knocks it to Young, who gives it to Pearce. Pearce now. He knock it back to O'Brien. He does. He gives it to James. James with the ball finds Williams. Williams to Hoban. Hoban we know can do a wicked pass if he needs to. James now with the ball to Pearce. Pearce to Young. Young gets it to Sheriff. Sheriff gets tackled though straight away, and they look to break from us as Broadbent was it? But he gets it out to Baker anyway, and they come flying forward, and he takes a shot, and it is not worrying the keeper at all. And I feel like we might need to bring a few players off and on. Has Knight been injured? We'll have to bring Cedric on anyway at 41%. It looks like he's probably taken a knock or something like that. James can come off as well. We'll put Tempest on for him. Tempest probably plays better as a central midfielder overall. And overall, we're not looking too bad. We just need to get a bit of luck. As 70 minutes have gone, 73 minutes have gone, 75 minutes have gone, and we really do need to start trying to see if we can get something out of this. We're going to go to an attacking formation as well. Young's got the ball now, and he gives it to O'Brien, who pumps it out forward and was trying to find Sheriff. They are looking pretty tired at the back there. Can we maybe get something out of here? No, Baker's now got it. He's got it to Shaban. Shaban with a shot, and it's another great save. I think, was it a save or was it hit the bar? I'm not sure. There's literally a few minutes left, and things are going okay, but they're not going great, and we could do with a win here. Come on, guys. Get the win. We'll make one more substitution with a few minutes left to go. We'll bring Coulson on for Young and see if that will do anything for us. With 2 minutes, well, there's no time left. This is probably going to be it. Baker's got the ball. Don't tell me they're going to get one more attack. No, they don't. It's ended 0-0. And things are not going brilliant for us at the moment. We just seem to be able to find that winning touch at all. Everyone we beat today, you've proved them wrong. Great result. Well, that didn't go well, did it? Oh, dear. Right. Hopefully I can sort it out for the Kidderminster game, because that's not the sort of reaction I was hoping for. Oh, no. That's not good at all. But I think the keepers were fantastic there, weren't they? Golosic worries us. Yeah, he hasn't scored for a little while. Count himself somewhat fortunate. I mean, it was more down to, I thought, was down to our goalies than anything else. Right, what can we do? Can I see? I wanted to see that bit again, but it's getting a bit late, so we won't worry about it too much. Right, that puts us into 5th spot, which is not too bad overall. As you can see here, we're into 5th. We've got a couple of teams to play around us still, so we could maybe drop down a little bit. But we do have a little bit of a gap on 1 or 2 teams below us now, Tamworth and Southport, but Tamworth have got a game in hand. We've got a decent goal difference though, so it's not looking too bad. I think we can still finish around here. We just need to start finding a few winning ways, I would imagine. I mean, things like, you look at the goal scorers, our biggest goal scorer is in 14th. We could do with someone up here maybe in 2nd or something like that. You know, Sheriff with 12 and these guys have got 18. 5 goals could mean a huge difference for us overall. I mean, Knight is not even on the list. He's down here somewhere because he's scored about 9 goals at the moment. Alright, that is the end of the episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, obviously, as always, please come like or subscribe to the channel. It'd be also great to hear from you guys about what you think of the series, what you feel I could do better, what I could do worse, anything you think I could do better in the team, anything like that. As you can see, we're having a bit of a poor run over the last few games, 2 draws and a loss, and we really do need to change that around if we can. When are we going to come back? Well, there is only one game we could come back for, really, and it's going to be the Kettering game. It's the derby. We're at home. It's a big, big game. We need to beat Kettering. Of all the teams we need to beat, we've already beaten once, as you can see, 3-1 pretty convincingly. We need to beat them again, because that's the 2 things this season really was: 1, not get relegated, and 2, make sure we beat Kettering. They're having a terrible season at the moment. As you can see, they are in 14th. So we should beat them, but as you can see, when we just played Hednesford, who are now in 19th, it doesn't mean anything at the moment. It's all pretty close. Yeah, but like I said, come and subscribe, come and like the video. It would mean the world to me. Come and follow me on Twitter as well. My little handle has been on the video in the bottom right hand corner, the whole of the video. I will put a link in my description as well, so that you guys can come and click on there. If you want to speak to me at all or anything like that, you can always message me on there. Yeah, and the only thing left to say is thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now, guys.